All right, game 3 of the first ever world championship. Zukertort with the white pieces, Steinitz with black, and Zukertort d4, classic, sensible, or responsible adult move. Steinitz matches it, says, I too have read a book. c4, Queen's Gambit. c6, the Slav again. Zukertort plays the same as he did in game 1, and Steinitz responds exactly as he did in game 1 with bishop f5. Why wouldn't he? He crushed in this position. A3, the don't come over here pawn, and Steinitz plays e6. Zukertort says, there will be no bishop d6 today. I've had enough of that dark squared bishop. Steinitz says, oh, we're being weird? Great, a5. Zukertort immediately applying pressure with queen b3. Steinitz calmly puts on a helmet. Knight c3, developing a knight. We love stability. Steinitz develops his knight. Then we get knight a4, knight to the rim, because why walk when you can take the scenic route? Steinitz develops like a normal person, disgusting. Knight e2, this knight move has I'm figuring it out as I go energy. Bishop e7, the bishop tucks in, very polite. Knight goes hunting, mostly for meaning. Steinitz slides away like, nope, not today. But yeah, bishop d2. I mean, he could have played bishop e2 and castle and been kind of equal, but right now Steinitz says, I like rooks. There they are. Now they're connected. Yours aren't. Bishop e2, and Steinitz says, I've got a rook because I did the right thing earlier, and now I'm going to play it. Rook b8, 2 rooks in the game. Amazing. Zukertort says, I like rooks. I like rooks. And he finally gets his connected as well. And Steinitz says it's too little too late, just like it was last game. I'm going to push. C takes B. Steinitz says, I'm going to take. I have a discovered attack on your queen with the rook. Zukertort says, I know. That's why I have a knight on a4. It's going to recapture. And now when your rook recaptures, it's not a discovered attack as much as it is just a discovered attack. And after Zukertort fought through the loneliness of that joke, he just moved his queen aside. And Steinitz went queen b7, attacking b2. And Zukertort follows up with a move only the father of a little leaguer hitting 192 could love. Man, that's dismal. Okay, bishop d1. Bishop retreats. A brave tactical decision called I changed my mind. Steinitz hits the center like he's sick of the comedy. Bishop out to a4. I'm participating again. c4. Steinitz locks it. No, you're not. Queen c1. Queen back. The vibes are cautious. Steinitz says, hey, I'm good over here. I'm going to start playing on this other side of the board. You've heard of it. It's called the king side. And look at that. Bishop d6 shows up. Dark squared bishop is back. Ah, yes, the move that says I'm about to do something complicated. Queen b8. f4. Zukertort doubles down. This is now a lifestyle. Steinitz bishop to d3, like a landlord showing up uninvited. Rook e1, out of the way, good chess, serious face. Steinitz plays h5, like, what if chaos? Zukertort answers, I can be petty too. Queen d8, queen back home. Steinitz is done with the adventure. Bishop d1, bishop retreats again. This bishop has loyalty points. g6, Steinitz builds a little bunker, cozy. Queen to d2, regrouping. And Steinitz backs his rook up. So things calming down on the queen side. Clearly the game is shifting to the king side as Zukertort plays queen f2. Steinitz brings the dark squared bishop to this other diagonal on the king side. We get bishop f3 showing up the e4 square, and Steinitz just dives right in and says, I'll take the bishop pair if you're just going to get rid of that. And, you know, Zukertort just, I don't know, he must see that there's something in this knight. So let's put it on the worst square I can possibly live on h1. That's great. And then we'll just, we'll give up a pawn. So Steinitz takes a pawn, and g3 is played, continuing to make a mockery of the king side over here. Bishop retreats. Queen d2 has to be just played so that the knight can get off of h1, I assume. Queen centered from Steinitz. Hey, there's the knight. It finds a square on the actual board. And Steinitz just keeps pushing like he's late for something. King g2, king steps off the line, sensible. Rook b3, just like I live here now. Rook h1, hinting at drama. King to g7, I heard drama, I decline. Rook over, Zukertort is loading something. Steinitz bishop back. This is a game of tasteful retreats. g4, and here we go. Zukertort chooses chaos. Steinitz accepts the invitation, which turns out to be a blunder. Knight takes g4. Look who finally did something useful. Bishop to a5. Steinitz is multitasking. And rook to h7 with check. Zukertort kicks the door in. The king steps away like, please don't. And rook h8. Another check. This is now a recurring problem. King g7. King goes back. Steinitz is doing cardio. Rook h7 check, and we're back. This is a loop. Steinitz says, I hate this ride. Queen f2, the queen joins the party. Now it's organized chaos. Bishop d8, retreats to d8 like it's clocking out. Knight to e5. Suddenly Zukertort remembers he's good at chess. King to g8. If I stand very still, maybe they'll stop. Rook joins the h-file. This is now an intervention. Steinitz bishop to f6, tries to put out a fire with a napkin. Rook takes f7. Zukertort goes full tavern brawl. Steinitz, rook to f8. I'm still employed, unfortunately. And rook takes f6, and that's the game. Steinitz has officially had enough of this episode. All right, here's our stats after 2 games. Zukertort sweeping every category, the highest and lowest in accuracy and game rating. 2450 in game 2, 90.2 accuracy in game 2. And today's game 3. We have 87% from Zukertort in accuracy, 79 from Steinitz, 2350 game rating, 2000 for Steinitz. So those numbers will stay the same in our stats. And let's head into our review here. We got the Slav again. This was all the same from game 1. And then Zukertort changed things up here by playing c5. Last time, Steinitz was able to bring the bishop to d6, and it just remained on this diagonal for most of the game. Did eventually get pushed back here, but this time, Zukertort basically says, no, no. More king or queenside play here. And there's our first inaccuracy. It wants Zukertort to trade off this light square bishop. I don't really know why. Doesn't really say. If I hit the best button, we're just going to get bishop d3 with nothing here. So, thanks. All right. This is an inaccuracy, and it wants the queen to come to d1. Let's see if there's any type of line on here. Nope. That's probably just stepping the queen out of the way of all the nonsense on the b file. It's about to go down. Oh, there's an inaccuracy. Eval bar did drop there. It went from 1.1 to 1.9 in favor of black. So what was he supposed to do? Just move the bishop there, huh? I can't say I understand it. Let's see this follow-up. Okay. I mean, it's still not great. Okay. Knight takes anyway, rook. Oh, inaccuracy from the queen. Oh, it just wants him to push h5 here. Wants him to get going. Wasting time, apparently. Yeah. I did not think that this move could possibly be good. Looks like it wants him to play b4. And then how does this shake out? Yeah. Still not good, but I don't understand why Steinitz wouldn't just take on the H file here instead of on the A file. Why would he play H5? Why wouldn't he just take, and then you've got your pick. The bishop's coming in with a hit. A lot going on there. Interesting. I don't know why he would just play H5 right away. Okay. We got what? Rook A2, right? Knight D7's an inaccuracy. What did it want? Wanted him to seal it down. He gets to it. Inaccuracy, what was best here? Queen C1. Not sure I see it. Yeah. I don't really see what's going on there. C5 anyway. They just missed the opportunity to occupy a strong square and attack a rook at the same time. Let's see. Oh, with the bishop. Yeah. Also, he gets to it. But yeah, I mean, like, let's look at... Here we are, and Steinitz is building quite the advantage here. It's amazing he lost this game. Oh, what was the miss here? This permits the opponent to sacrifice a bishop with a nice tactic. Oh, I think I see it here. Bishop. Oh, this was to avoid the tactic. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, the tactic would have been here. Takes. And you got all kinds of business going on here. What was better? Trading off the light squared bishop again. I guess this piece is a menace here on the outpost, right? Fair. This is going to be an 18 bajillion move. Nope. What was better? This misses an opportunity to force moving the knight to a passive square. Why does it force him? I mean, it ends up going there anyway. They're really high on this knight. This is kind of how it went down. All right. Yeah, had he taken with the knight. Bishop pair. I mean, I don't know that there was much better there. Yeah, doesn't really help too much, does it? This is already fairly lost, and it turns out that this knight ends up being pretty important in the end. There's the blunder from Steinitz. Let's see what he should have played. Wow, look at that advantage. Good grief. Okay, but instead, he takes, and look at the eval bar just swing into Zukertor's favor. The knight takes. This is a blunder now. This move opens the door for the opponent to win a queen through an eventual fork. Well, not so really. I know what move this is about to make, though. Because the knight uses this square to create the fork on the king and the queen here. So, yeah, without further ado, here's your Spicy move of the game brought to you by Ouroboros Hot Sauce. Visit ouroboroshotsauce.com. Use code the Chess Brewer at checkout for 15% off your first order. And here's today's spicy move. Rook h7 check. If king takes, knight hops in with the fork, and that's why they're saying it was a blunder to move the bishop from d8 covering f6. But that's not what happened. King ran away. Check. Check again. One more try. Nothing. So then Zukertort just brings the queen over here. And this is an inaccuracy, but what? Activate a piece, bring the queen down, and like this game is lost. It's already lost. Yeah. Yeah, and the idea here is that if rook takes, we've got queen f4, and there's just no way to stop mate here. I mean, he can run here with the king on one move. Here, but yeah, it's going to be the end very soon. So, game 3, Zukertort now leads 2-1. We will be back soon for game 4. I hope you'll join us. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want another round. Cheers.